See, this like a life of a nigga that came from the mud, but he turned up and figured it out. Was just selling dope to them folks, trying to keep me afloat. Had a room, trying to get me a house. This street shit got ugly, I ain't had no money, but I was determined to
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Smaqs. You tap back in with Grimy the Shiny podcast. Today we got a special guest, my boy Zeke, the Tongan Kong, Ezekiel Latu in the house.
Yes,
What's
sir.
up,
What's
boos?
up, brother? What's up?
What's good, man? I'm glad we finally got you in, man.
Yes, sir.
As you know, I got this podcast. It's called Grimy the Shiny.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And the purpose of it is, you know, we like to talk about, you know, where you came from, what made you, you know, because I feel like a lot of people can relate to going through some type of hardships in life, some type of struggle, you know what I mean, to make them who they are. And I just wanna salute to you, you know what I mean? You one of the few Polynesians that are out here in the fighting game, in the MMA game, especially in the heavyweight division, man. You guys got it kind of hard, you know what I mean? So what's up, Oos? What's up, Zeke? How's it going, man?
I'm good, brother. Blessed to be here. Grateful to be here.
Let's get into, man. Let's hear a little bit about yourself, man. Tell me about Zeke.
I don't know, man. That's
where are you from? Where are you from originally?
Okay, so I was born in American Samoa.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was born in American Samoa, but I was raised in Hawaii until I was about 6 or 7, and then I came. Man, long ass story, bro. I've just been adopted. I've been moving from family to family since birth until I met my parents at like 7 years old.
Adoption, huh?
Yeah,
man.
Kind of Polynesian style. Yes. You know what I mean?
Salute to your parents, man.
Yeah.
You know that's a thing that happens in our culture. You know what I mean? And I think it's a great thing. We don't want kids getting caught up in the system, man. So for somebody, an auntie, an uncle, or someone of the family to step up like that, salute to them for sure.
But then I met my real parents.
Oh, okay.
So
how'd that go?
It was weird. I thought my auntie was my mom.
And really?
I thought my auntie and her family were my mom. We're not even blood related, and so my uncle married my auntie.
Oh, really?
The plan was that my uncle was gonna help raise me.
Okay.
And my uncle got a divorce and basically left me with my auntie, his ex-wife, and she just took care of me since I was a baby, bro. And so.
Man, well, salute to Auntie. What part of Hawaii, by the way?
Kuku.
Kahuku.
Yeah.
I was just out there.
Yeah, bro.
I
grew up in
Kuku
like for a good bit. So, yeah, Auntie Curlin was my mom since I was a kid, and then I met my real parents in Samoa, and so yeah.
So you're a mixed martial arts fighter. You know, we know you're creating a lot of static, a lot of headway in the local MMA game. If you guys don't know, make sure y'all tap in. Follow Zeke the Tongan, man. This man right here is a beast. So let's talk about fighting, right? I know you're a fighter, but let's talk from Hawaii. You moved to you born in Samoa, moved to Hawaii, then you moved out here to Utah, or
yeah, we moved here to Utah.
How old were you out here in Utah?
I just turned, so I did my baptism, so it was like 8 turning 9.
Okay.
Around that time, and so
what part? What city?
We moved to Glendale.
Oh, that's a rough city, man.
Glendale first.
Rough city.
Yeah, Glendale.
So how was growing up in Glendale?
Man, it was kind of rough because my parents really didn't have much when they moved here. My dad didn't have any help, so he can only afford this small little apartment.
Yeah.
2-bedroom apartment, and there was like 8 of us, you know, and so it was rough growing up in that situation. So
I know there's a lot of there's obviously it's a poverty-stricken neighborhood. So a lot of people don't know, but you know, Utah is not just a religious state. You know what I mean? There's nice areas out here, but there's also a lot of poverty. You know what I mean? And I think the first city we moved out to here when I came out here from California in 2007 was West Valley. Oh yeah. So I know. So being that we're coming from somewhat of a poverty-stricken, a more predominantly colored neighborhood, right? Because there's more diverse, you know what I mean? Did you have to deal with gangs? Did you have to deal with gang affiliation or any type of you know what I mean? I'm just trying to get curious of because fighters, right? Fighters just don't. They're just not born out the womb like, hey, I want to fight.
That's true.
There have to have been some type of trauma, some type of story behind wanting to use your fist, right? And maybe at one point for you, it probably wasn't. Where like you said, you're disciplined now, you're training. It probably at one point it probably was just, I ain't about to talk, we just about to fight.
Yeah.
So I'm just curious. Did you have to deal with anything like that? Any type of influence with gang
Oh,
affiliation?
hell yeah. Especially when we first moved over there. And so my dad, he was really heavy because he had a bunch of kids. He was really heavy in the drug world and gang banging and all that.
Yeah.
And so I was always around.
So you said your pops?
Yeah, my pops.
Really?
Yeah, he was always around that kind of
That's
crazy
what's up.
stuff.
What's your pop's name? If you
His name is Lusa. Rest
Oh,
in
okay,
peace. But
okay.
people knew him by Lou Dog, and so.
what hood was he from?
He grew up in Glendale. Like we moved to Glendale,
Yeah.
but before he came to Utah, he had to go to Cali and do some other stuff there, and I think that's where he got influenced by all the
Okay.
gang stuff because
Yeah.
he told me that where he went to go stay with my grandpa, and yeah, he was just like he had no choice,
Yeah.
but to click up with his other homies, and so.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so he came to Utah. He started doing his own thing over here, and
Yeah.
it just kind of
fall on the lines.
just fell into
So
it.
you was around it, pretty much around it. That's
Yeah.
like my dad. My dad was a gang member too, except like I'm half Mexican, so my dad was an essay.
yeah.
But man, I could only imagine, bro.
Yeah.
You know, dealing with that, coming up with the affiliation because. You know, there's a large Polynesian community out here in Utah, and it's sad to say, unfortunately, a lot of the youngsters, they fall victim to being influenced by gangs. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And dude, I like I said, dude, I salute to you because you know you're an influence for positivity. You know what I mean? Especially with taking fighting. You know what I mean? And showing them that, hey, you can have this anger, you can have this grit, you know what I mean? You can have that feeling of wanting to, at times maybe destroy things, because that's how we get as young men coming up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But to channel that into a positive outlet like MMA fighting and training and discipline is super, super, super important, man. I love that, man. I love that
Thank
a lot.
you. Thank
So I know you said your dad came out here, you moved to Glendale, you had some influences with gangs, with fighting and with the gang influence.
Yeah, just seeing all
How
that.
did you direct your way away from that though? Because like I said, we have a lot of youngsters and they fall victim to it
Yeah.
easy because it looks good.
Yeah.
You got a rebel, you got someone that's doing whatever they want. So
Right.
for someone that's young, that's easy. Like myself, I fell victim to influence as well.
Right.
How did you direct yourself past that, or did it really affect you?
I mean, it took years though. I mean, I never really wanted to be around it because what I've seen, I mean, a lot of people glamorize that gang party stuff and everything, but what I've seen was a lot of violence and a lot of tears, a lot of blood, a lot of crying. Like, it's just a lot of pain actually, and I didn't want to associate with that because every time my dad was feeling pain, he would inflict it on me, and so I was like the biggest punching bag for my pops, and so. And so I was like, yeah, F this. Like, there's nothing cool about this, And so just being around that just made me kind of like stay away from it. And then me seeing my siblings, because I'm the second oldest of 11.
Okay.
And so I didn't want them to follow my footsteps.
Yeah.
And so I knew if I went, I could have easily been like, oh, I'm going to start gang banging too.
Yep.
But I couldn't do it because I had siblings. And so I just had my family around me all the time.
Yeah.
So I didn't want them to see something negative and then follow it. And then later down the road, blame me,
Yeah.
So.
That's good, man. You must have had some, I know you said your dad was involved in gangs, but I mean, you must have had some type of positive influence around you, man, because that's rare.
Yeah.
That's rare for someone like ourselves, right,
Yeah.
to be coming from that environment and coming from a home situation like that and not be influenced by it.
Yeah.
But for you to say, you were young and you looked at it, right? You looked at it and you felt the opposite because you saw the hurt and the pain.
Yeah.
There had to have been some positive influence. Was your mom who was the most positive influence in your life, I should say? Because I'm curious, right? Because you're a big wrecking machine. like you break faces for a living. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but being around you, man, you got such a welcoming energy. You got such soft energy about you. You got a soft, you got a soft, loving energy about yourself. And man, I'm just curious where was that energy cultivated from at a young age?
Man, it's it's just years, bro, because it wasn't overnight where I was like, oh, I'm gonna be cool. Like, there were years where I wanted I was a rebel.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about the rebel years. We like the rebel years on Grimy to Shiny. So the rebel years is the grimy side. Yeah, let's hear about that. So let's hear about the rebel years.
So like later on, like in my teens, like my middle school years and my high school years, you know, I was being very rebellious. Like, oh, you're telling me I can't do this, but I see you do it growing up, so I'm gonna do what the fuck I want. You know, and so. You're not going to tell me what the fuck to do. And so that was my mindset with my pops. And we used to click and bang heads all the time. And every time he would tell me to be anywhere, I'd be like, fuck you. You don't tell me what to do, you know. And I would always hang out with the wrong crowd all the time. Or I'll be doing some fucking looting and, you know, some stupid shit, you know.
I like that. You got to do that sometimes.
But when we moved to Rose Park, I moved to a family next to us, and they're called the Hafoka family.
Okay, I've heard the last name for sure.
Man, and I ran into a guy. We're about the same age. His name is Simi, and his brothers are some straight up gangsters too.
Yeah.
Like they're older. They're about your age too.
Yeah.
Like they're older. There's some gangsters at that time. I was like, damn, everyone respect these motherfuckers. I want to be like them. No one touches them. No one fucking fucks with them because they're just. Like, I don't know. Something about them was like, oh, I want to be like them.
Yeah.
Because no one fucks with them.
Absolutely.
Right? But I ran into my boy CB, and he just like, man, you don't need to be like them. They're fucking losers. Be yourself. You know what I mean? They're like, we're the same age. I'm like, oh, damn, he's just going to be talking to his brothers like that. You know? And he was like, just be yourself, bro. Like, we're fucking kids. Like, we're anime watchers, or we play video games. We play basketball all morning to night, you know? Like, and so I just started hanging out with him more. And then I had other Usos in Rose Park that I just started hanging out with more. And they just became like very positive role models for me because they showed, even though Simi was himself and Tapu and all these other guys in Rose Park, they were saying like, they were themselves, but no one messed with them. Like, they didn't have to act like they were tough motherfuckers. Like, you know what I mean? And I was slowly falling into that. Like, I was bullshitting a lot, like, oh, I'm hard. And so when people will call me out on that, I'll be like, all right, I guess I gotta fucking make it real, you know? Like, oh, I would say like, oh, I got into like a few fights, and people would be like, no, you haven't. I'd never seen you fight. I was like, fuck it, then I guess I gotta go fight somebody. You know what I mean? And so I had some really good influence.
So are you those influences, right? Like, see me, are those guys that you're still interacting with now and still
to this day, brother?
That's good. I know of a Simi. I could be a different Simi, but he used to do security at the clubs down there back in my day. But like I said, I'm probably a little bit older, man. But it's super important to have them influences, and that's where I'm at, right?
Yeah.
Because you know we've already been through things in life that we've been influenced by in negative ways, man. So it's super important for us to have positive influences like yourself, man. You was influenced by someone positive like that, and it really kept you from going far off track, because it could have been easy to actually go far off track.
Easy, bro, easy. I was already like, all right, I'm about to prove this like, I wanted him to feel my pain. Yeah. And so I was like, the only way to make him feel my pain is if I do the same shit he did. But I was trying to like turn it up more. I was like, but I can get crazier. You know, that was my mindset.
I bet. So I know, you know, having the positive influences, that's super important, right? But so you came, you was dealing with influence, you got into some fights. So being that you were trying to fight, did you ever go to jail, or did you ever have any? Well, did you ever get disciplined for fighting? Did you ever get in trouble for it?
Fighting, dude, it's crazy. Like, I used to get my ass whooped all the time because I was small.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people don't believe it, but I was like a good $150.
Yeah.
Like, if the ones that know me growing up, they know I was a skinny toothpick. And I don't know what it was with like a lot of polys in Glendale, but this is just me growing up over there. But they always picked on me the most because I was small, easy to push around.
For sure.
Polys at that age too, bro, they're huge compared, you know, you're not supposed to be 150 at like fucking 10 years old. You know what I mean? And so, they always picked on me in Rose Park. I was always getting in fights with other ethnicities, you know what I mean? And that's when I started falling into like, I think I'm going to start banging Rose Park 5 milli hard. But like, not gangbang, but like,
Yeah, but
I'm gonna let everyone know I'm from Rose Park,
Yeah.
you know. And so I started fighting everyone I seen, and it started off because I just got my ass whooped all the time, and I hated feeling scared, bro.
Absolutely.
Get your ass whooped by your dad, go back to school, get your ass whooped by these fat ass Tongans.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Fuck
then
that.
it's like, fuck this, I need to learn how to fight. And so that's where CBA then helped me a lot, bro. Just being confident in myself. And so I've always been fighting, bro. So.
Yeah. And so, you know, how did you when did you? So say, okay, you graduated from high school. What'd you start doing after high school?
Man, after high school, I went straight to the Marine Corps, brother.
How the Marine Corps, man,
Marine Corps.
really?
The United States
Salute to the
Marines.
service,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Salute to you. So real talk. Are you getting benefits?
Right now, yeah, a little bit.
Good job, man. Hey, man, to all the Marines out there and all our service members, man, salute to y'all. You know, I wish America would be in a better place where they can really, really, really look out for you guys.
Yeah,
like
I
this
agree,
shit.
brother.
And you know, being in the industry with you know, being a coach to a lot of guys that are suffering from addiction, I see a lot of guys coming from military, man, that are suffering from trauma, man, and they don't know how to deal with it.
Yeah.
But man, so you go to the Marines?
Yeah.
How was that? Let's hear that. Well, your first day walking in.
These motherfuckers, they just started checking us, bro.
Yeah.
Off the bat. They were like, get the fuck off the bus. I was like, you ain't gonna fucking talk to me like that.
Yeah.
But I'm 17 years old, you know? And I'm
17,
like,
right out of high school.
Right after high school, bro. That's one thing I promised my dad I would do for him. It's like, I'll join the Marine Corps. I did it all for my pops because I was heading down a bad path, and you know, this nigga hated my ass. He's like, man, you're a fucking dumb piece of shit. Do something with your fucking life.
Yeah.
I'll do one thing, at least one thing for you. That's it. But anyways, we actually started getting checked by all the drill instructors. They're basically calling us like lazy, fat pieces of shit.
Wow.
There's no more we.
They
There's no more I. This is this recruit. Like your whole lingo changes. The way you carry yourself.
Walk and talk.
Just everything changed the first day you get there from getting kicked off the bus. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was pretty intense, bro. It was pretty
Did you see battle or anything like that? What year was it?
So I went into I went into the Marine Corps in 2008, November 2nd, 2008. I went with our first deployment to Afghanistan in 2010. And where we went was Camp Dwyer. Camp Dwyer was like a very fresh, brand new FOB kind of. Yeah. FOB stands for like Forward Operating Base.
I was about to say, they got some FOBs out there. Okay.
Yeah, they do. They got AKs.
Okay, yeah.
No, but the FOBs out there, Forward Operating Base, is one of them is called Camp Dwyer.
Okay.
And where we were at, we're like literally, it was like not very developed. Like people could still come in and out. But there was like, you know, small arm fires here and there. Like the normal fucking torpedoes and shit, missiles coming over.
Oh, okay. So you didn't witness anything super, super crazy? I mean, that's good. If you didn't, that's good.
There is.
That's good. We want y'all to come back home safe, man. Come back.
There's nothing crazy. The only things I've seen was like Humvees coming back. I was like,
oh, okay.
Or seeing my boys, you know what I mean?
So that's good. You get in and get out.
The Marine Corps, they stay there about 6 to 8.
Okay.
But the Army, they stay there a whole year, sometimes longer. Okay. But
and then you have the choice to go back, I would say, and continue your term.
Yeah.
That's good.
Nothing crazy. The Marine Corps did teach me how to stay angry, but focus it the right way.
Oh, I bet. And that's good. You know, channeling your anger is super important. I think that, you know, when we deal with stuff like that, like whether it's combat in the military or combat in the world, combat in the streets, if you can control that anger and channel it, man, that's super important, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So after Marine Corps, you're in Marine Corps. When did you start getting into the training and the fighting? Like really taking it serious.
Taking it serious was 2014.
Was that before you went to jail or after you went to jail? Because, wait, let's talk about that. So you get out the Marine Corps, and you said you've been to jail.
Yeah.
What was it you went to jail for?
I went to jail for assault, domestic violence.
Yeah, the anger, man.
Fucking aggravated assault.
I got them too.
Yeah, I got all of that shit, bro. And but it started off when I got the Marine Corps. The Marine Corps doesn't really give a shit about emotions or feelings. You know what I mean?
They don't talk about it very much.
Don't really talk about it. You really talk about it with your day ones in there, which is my big bro Kunya, right?
Yeah,
and some other guys in the Marine Corps. And but once you get out, everyone goes their separate ways. Now it's like, damn, I just built this bond with your boy, and now someone I confine in is gone across the country.
Yeah,
and so I go back home. And me and my pops are still banging heads, man. Like, he's like, if I was in the Marine Corps, I would have been a captain of the whole, you know what I mean? Shit like that. I'm like,
I would have been a sniper. I would have shot right for 1,000 yards.
Bro, for real. I was like, dude, this guy is just fucking. So he just keeps talking hella shit to me. And then we just got into it really, really bad where I wanted to like go head up with him. But thank God I never did anything that to my father. And so... And so it got really bad, so I just fucking left the house. And I was like, I need to fucking do something because I'm about to go back into... I was drinking pretty bad too, you know, but about to do some stupid shit. And so I applied to go to college at Slick. And then down from
what'd you go
Slick,
to college for?
I don't know. I was just trying it out. There wasn't really anything...
Specific.
I was just like, trying to do something. I didn't know what to do with my life. Because in the Marine Corps, everything is already given to you. Like, this is what you're doing today.
Yeah.
You know, everything's already scheduled.
Which works.
Like, it kind of sounds like prison, right? Like, you guys are already like...
So it's funny you say that because a lot of COs, which are the officers in the prison, a lot of the prison officers, a lot of them that have been in the military, they always say that. They always say, man, you know, what you guys are experiencing is kind of no different than being in the military. Like we had to deal with the same things, you know what I mean? And it's just like, man, that's such a ironic contrast between the streets and the military, right? But you can relate the two. It's just crazy.
No, you could, bro. Some of my good friends now are like ex-convicts. Yeah, because we get each other. Like we get each other. Like some of the shit that we talk about is like very similar. Yeah, but yeah, me and my pops was fighting. I applied for school. I just trying to do something in my life. And then I'm walking to go get some Beto's burrito. You know the Glendale one?
Yeah.
The Beto's?
Yeah.
Dude, you know how far that is from Slick? But I was like, bro, I was just so lost at that time. I didn't know what to do in my life.
Yeah. So you just wanted to just move, get it.
Just moving. I was just, okay, I'm going to go get Beto's. I just started mobbing. And I mobbed all the way to Beto's. And then I see this sign on Redwood, and they talked about, it said Victory MMA.
Oh, really?
I was like, oh, shit, what's this? And so I go, I look in, and I just see a bunch of fighters, people training, taking it serious, all pro fighters. And I was like, damn. All right, fuck that, Betos. I'm going to just sign. So I just go in, sign up, and then, that's just
How old were you?
23.
23. Yeah. Oh, so you've been in the game for like 10 years then.
I was close.
10 years almost training. Yeah. So that day when you were walking to Beto's, you saw a sign, and then being that you probably already been fighting for so long, you decided to go take it serious.
Yeah, it was more like I've always been fighting, like, and I've always wanted to fight, but it just took that jump. Like I was too scared. I don't know what it was. Yeah. Maybe I was like anxiety. I don't know. Something about the military just made me more like, even though I'm hard, but like it was hard for me to be around people because I don't know.
No, I totally get it, bro. And that's what I'm saying. It's like we were talking earlier, dude, like, you know, social anxiety, like that's a real thing, bro. Like sometimes it may seem like, you know, we're out there and we're introverted. I mean, extroverted, right? Yeah. But we're really introverted, and we get anxiety being around too many people. Because I get like that from being from prison. Ah, yeah. And I was never like that. Yeah. You know what I mean? I remember getting out of prison, and I was out for like the first week, but my wife was like, we're gonna go to Costco. I was like, all right, cool. Went to Costco, and bro, just all the colors, you know, people walking past you, not saying excuse me, bumping into you. You know, in prison, people may not realize this, but in prison is very respectful.
Yo, no, I agree.
Very respectful. I see it. Yeah. You know, and the reason why my theory is, you know, because is if you had everybody in there just being not saying excuse me, not saying thank you,
being dirty.
imagine how many fights there would be. Imagine how many more stabbings there would be.
That's true.
Because of somebody being disrespectful.
That's true.
So I wasn't used to people cutting across me while I'm walking and not saying excuse me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then the colors, right? Because in prison it's all white, it's all gray, it's all just those plain colors. Those I don't even think those are colors. Actually, they're just a shades, right? And you know, getting out was just overwhelming, bro. So I can relate to that for sure, man.
Yeah.
So who did you start fighting for? When you started in the MMA, are you fighting for the same camp?
I went to the same gym, so Victory MMA. So I started training there, and then I fought for Jeremy Horn's Elite Performance promotion.
Okay.
And Jeremy Horn's a legend, bro.
Yeah.
And so when my coach was like, "Hey, you want to fight on the Jeremy Horn's promotion?" I was like, "Jeremy Horn, the UFC fighter, the freaking like." Every time I see him, I call him legend because he's a legend, bro.
Jeremy Horn's a beast.
And I was like, heck yeah, throw me on. And so I only trained for like 2 weeks. And so and so I was like, F it. I have to take the jump. You know, because if I keep saying like, oh no, I need more time. I know myself well enough to be like, oh, let's do it right now. Like, yep, sign me up, coach. Yep, run it. And so
that's how you do it, man. I know, dude. I get like that too, bro. If I want to do something, I like lose interest quick.
Yeah.
I think I might have tried to be an MMA fighter too at one point in my life. I remember Jeremy Horn. He's over there. It's in Sandy, right? I think it's in Sandy. Yeah, dude. Because I thought about it too. I don't know. I think I came out of jail, bro. But you know, I've been fighting a lot too. I've been fighting my whole life too, man. So
see what I'm saying, bro?
Especially being small, like you were small,
bro.
I was small.
I could see.
You know what I mean, bro?
Yeah.
Shoot. So I've been in some scuffles too, man. So, but yeah, dude, that's good. We got you on the right side.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what is it? What exactly does training do for you? Because I know you train hard, bro. I watch you. I see a lot of your videos. Like, being that you have this anger inside, how does training help you?
Man, it teaches me how to be mindful and how to be calm in certain situations.
Yeah.
How to be, it's almost like the military, but fighting is more, I feel like more real life.
Yeah.
Military's for war.
Yeah.
And so what the military got me ready for mentally was war.
Okay.
Killing and, all that stuff. Fighting, what it did was keeping people safe and keeping myself safe, keeping my mind and emotions in check, learning how to talk to people and, all kinds of stuff. So fighting's taught me a lot, how to be a better person as well.
Yeah.
Be kind.
That's good.
You don't have to be like this fake person on hard ass.
No. And you get that a lot, man. You get guys that, that are fighters, you notice that they're very respectful and they're very docile because they know what they can do with their hands. I feel like that's important too. And like I always tell, guys, when they're like, hey, man, let's play fight. I'm like, I'm just not that type of person. I don't play fight, Oos. You know what I mean? I always be like, man, I know how to defend myself. That's right. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and play fight with you, man. Yeah. So I know. A lot of people, they excuse me,
Oh, you're good, brother.
A lot of people, they compare fighting, right? They compare fighting to therapy, bro. It's like when you're working out, because I work out almost every day. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't like do any boxing or anything like that, but I do a lot of weight training. I do a lot of hit workouts. Yeah. And man, I'm just kind of zeroed in, and I just put my headphones in, and I just go off. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. So I'm sure. Is that something you can relate to too?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm taking anger management right now.
Oh, are you? Oh, okay. Are you taking it
because the court told me to?
Oh, that's so recent. Hey, that's all right.
This is a new one too, bro. This is a new one. Damn, dude. I keep fucking up.
I know I've been through anger management too. So what is it that you're learning from anger management? Let's hear that. I'm trying to hear.
Hey, it's funny, bro, because none but old ass Vietnam vets are in it.
Man, yeah.
My ass is like the youngest one in there, but I'm learning that I can't control what people do, say, or act.
Absolutely.
Right. I'm learning like I can't expect anything from anyone, no matter if I gave them a helping hand or I was nice. Whatever whatever the case may be, I can't expect anything from anyone.
Absolutely.
Because I could be nice, and then he can turn around and be like, "Fuck you."
Yeah,
right?
straight up.
I can't expect him to say thank you, right?
No.
And so I'm learning how to be like that, and learning how to just be more open and
this is
rely on other
that's
people.
something I tell my kids too, man. You know what I tell my kids? This is funny you say about expectations. I say, I tell my kids, expectations are the anchor to disappointment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you take expectations out of the equation, you're not leaving them space to control your reality.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna be nice and I'm gonna be respectful because that's who I am. I don't expect you to be respectful to me. I don't expect you to say this to me. I don't expect you to like me. You know what I mean? Because when you expect, then and when that doesn't fall in line, whether they don't like you or they say something you don't like or they're not being respectful, then you feel disrespected.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's important too. So
Yeah.
what lessons have stood out to the most to you? Because are you doing like worksheets and all that?
Hell no,
Okay.
bro.
What is it that they're doing? Because I think I've been to anger management like hell a long time ago, but I know I did anger management in prison too.
Man, it's just this. I don't know. He's a doctor, a therapist guy. He's just talking about how to just control your emotions. That's it.
Yeah.
And he asks people how to talk. I haven't got to the point where I want to speak or anything yet. I just listen.
Oos, it's important for you to speak, Oos.
Yeah.
It's important for you to talk, man.
I know. They keep asking me. I just keep my answers short.
Nah, Oos,
But maybe I should open up.
Yeah, I would challenge you to open up, Oos,
Right.
you know what I mean? Because, there's such a taboo, especially in our culture too, but just in every culture, as far as being a man, it's like, you do therapy, like that's just a taboo thing to talk about. Like people don't really, they don't see that as a norm. But for coming from someone who's done 2 years of therapy with a therapist and group therapy and been totally open to speaking about things that that I may have suffered from, it helps, Oos. You may not think it doesn't, but man, I would urge you to lean into that, Oos. Lean into that. Even though it's something that's court ordered, let's get something out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's actually good that you said that, because I have been thinking about taking therapy on my own.
Yeah.
Without the court.
Yeah, that's good.
Because maybe I do need therapy. Maybe fighting has just taught me how to be nice and calm.
Yeah.
Like I know what I have. I can be myself, stuff
Yeah.
like that. But there are some things maybe I need to talk about and let it out with the therapist. So maybe, I don't know, I'll give it a try. I've been thinking about it. I know Seth has been doing it. You're now I know you're doing it.
Yeah, Oos.
My sister's been doing it, and so I might do it, bro.
People they get the wrong idea about therapy. It's like I go to a stranger and he listens to me and tells me what I need to do. That's not what it is.
Yeah.
You go to a professional who's non-biased about your story or what you're gonna tell them, right? And you kind of open up to them about what you've been through, and they just kind of guide you through it. You through to process whatever trauma you may have experienced. Right. You know what I mean? And dude, I'll tell you a funny story. So when I was in prison, that's where I did my therapy. I was in I was in a treatment in there, and therapy was one thing that we had to do. But anyways, I was real anxious. So I was like, man, dude, I had been incarcerated for 5 years already, and they finally accepted me into the program, which was a TC, a therapeutic community, and they were gonna assign me my therapist. And dude, I just had a hard time. I couldn't sleep because I was like, damn, man, I'm not trying to, don't get me wrong. I didn't feel like I could open and pour up my heart to a white person. You know what I mean? And not because they're white. It's because
they don't understand.
They don't understand how it is to be a colored person coming from where I'm from. So, I had real anxiety because I was like, damn, dude, how am I gonna gain something from this therapy if I feel like I can't even open up? Like, are they going to teach me anything? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I was really, really stressed about that. So anyways, and it was probably just me, thinking, projecting insecurities I may have had or whatever, because who knows, a white person probably, I got a lot of great white friends now, you know what I mean? And who knows, I probably could have learned something. But anyways, the next day comes in, it was to meet my therapist, bro. Yeah. And they go, hey, here comes your therapist. And I see this black man coming in. Black, probably one of the first black people I've seen in a long time, bro. Because there's not many black people, African Americans in Utah, but especially in that industry. So I for sure did not think that my therapist was going to come in African American. Anyways, and I didn't tell nobody. I wasn't like stressing about it, but in my head I was. And I feel like that's the power of the universe and the power of God. God was like, okay, you're worried about this? Here, let me do this for you. And here comes this man, Mr. McLeod, Ron McLeod. I'll never forget him. Great therapist. He walked in and said, "You Ricky?" I was like, "What's up?" I said, "Man, you're a sight for sore eyes, man." But anyways, dude, so it ended up being great, man. So yeah, dude, therapy is something
I might do it, bro, for real.
Man.
My girl's been telling me I need it too.
Especially if you got things to talk about, Oos. Especially if you got, you know what I mean? I see you give King in the eye. Yeah, Oos, I think I've heard it before. I still need therapy. But especially if you got, you got stuff you want to unpack, Oos. You know what I mean? And that's something that, not too many people, do, because especially with men, we're in a day and age where it's like, not a manly thing to talk about emotion. It's not a manly thing to talk about feelings. Right. But all that does is perpetuate, right? It perpetuates anger. It perpetuates confusion. It perpetuates all these different emotions that spawn anger. And anger spawns physical anger. Now we're reacting. So dude, man, get into therapy. I think that's super important, man.
I'm gonna do it, brother.
Yeah. So what do you do to support yourself? Are you a full-time fighter, or?
I'm a full-time fighter, but I get paid under the table for moving.
Okay.
And so I work with my boy Josh.
Yeah.
And he's like a contractor for like all these moving van lines.
Yeah.
And so what we do is he'll get the jobs, and then we'll go unload the truck, move it into the house, or move them out.
Okay.
And so basically a mover, bro, but they just get paid under the table.
Yeah.
And then I get sponsors.
Yeah.
The sponsors do help a lot.
So that's good, Oos, because for a lot of young kids out there, right? Fighting is something that you want to take to the next level.
Yeah.
Fighting is something it's a dream of yourself, right? Yeah. It's a dream that you want to bring to fruition. And you know what I mean? I feel like a lot of time in this day and age, we got young kids, right? They have a dream, but they don't want to do the work.
They don't want to work.
They don't want to take the necessary steps
needed
to get there, right?
Yep.
So they don't. So they don't have a 9-to-5 to support themselves. Yeah. It's a far-fetched thing. It's seldom, and it's far and in between where people just automatically make it.
Yeah.
Those
super rare.
Yeah, it's
like
rare. Don't get me wrong, it happens, but it's rare. Right? If you all the successful people in the fighting game, all the successful in any industry, they put in work to get there. They also did what they needed to do to support themselves while they're getting their dream, trying to turn that to reality. You know what I mean?
That's why I'm loving the journey, bro. I'm loving it. Before, man, if you remember like a year ago, I was like always in a rush. Like I'm trying to get more fights. I'm trying to get more fights. Now I'm just enjoying the journey, which is like, man, I'm late on the payments, or you know what I mean, stuff like that. Yeah. But I can still handle. I can still manage, and so I find a way to get it. I'll go work. Like I enjoy being a mover. It's kind of weird. Like I don't enjoy the physical labor, but I enjoy the process of me becoming a UFC fighter, a future UFC fighter, right? And so I'm just enjoying it right now, and so it sucks, but I have to, like, what's that saying? The flowers look better after the rainstorm or something like that.
Absolutely.
And so
I love that, Oos. I love that, man. And let's dive into that a little bit. You talked about, you said, you slowed down a little bit, and just you always were in a rush. That's a super important thing for me, because I felt like I was always in a rush too, man. And I'm always trying to have control of things. You know what I mean? And trying to, if it didn't move as fast as I wanted it to, I always wanted to just grab it and take control of it myself. Yeah. But when you slow down and you fully immerse yourself in your day, you fully immerse yourself in your reality, which is you're working, you got your relationship, you're cultivating that. When you are able to slow down, you're able to see the signs, dude, that God's giving you, that the universe is giving us. You know what I mean? Because I tell my son that it's like, bro, like, well, because he just started driving. I'm like, hey, Us, son, if you're driving and you're about to miss a stop because you missed a sign back there, don't try to rush towards it.
Yeah.
Just pass it up.
Yeah.
And turn back around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I said you're better off slowing down and trying to pay attention to what's going on around you, man. So that to me, that's like a metaphor for life. You know what I mean? Because we're in a day and age where everybody wants to rush. Everybody wants to rush, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, dude, slowing down, that's super important. So as you've slowed down, how's that working out for you as far as life? How do you feel that it's affected you and changed?
I've gotten more things done.
Yeah.
Actually, than what I thought. Rushing things would.
Yeah.
I thought, man, if I rush things or try to get it done quicker, things would be finished faster. But no, I'm just letting it flow.
Yeah.
So I've been getting things done faster. I'm just mental clarity is better.
Yeah.
You know, I'm more focused. I don't know. I just feel good. Like I'm not too stressed. Like over bills and stuff like that. Like I know I'm going to work, so I'm going to go work. I know I got to fight, so I got to go train.
Yep.
I don't have to like overthink everything anymore. And so slowing down has helped me a lot with that.
Yeah, I think slowing down too, man. It gives you what you're doing and what you do when you slow down is of better quality.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. As
agree.
opposed to like trying to speed through stuff. You know what I mean, so
man, when I was speeding through shit, bro, I was like always like angry, dude.
Yeah, I bet.
I was like,
yeah, that's how it be. That's how it be, man. So that's super important, man, for the listener and people out there, man. You know, it's easy to want to speed through life. It's easy to want to do that. But if you really want to grasp and get the best of your reality and what God and what the universe is putting in front of you, slow down.
Yeah.
Slow down. You know what I mean? And like you're hearing it from you too, someone that's that has lived a life of trying to rush through things.
Yeah.
And now you slowing down, you feel a little bit better.
Yep.
That's good. So let's talk about your personal life. So like I know we got a large Mamonga community out here. Are you religious? Are you a religious person? Do you believe in higher power?
I believe in the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Yeah, and so I did grow up Mormon.
Yeah.
Yeah, my whole family's grew up in the Mormon religion. But I didn't find Jesus Christ until I hit rock bottom.
Yeah.
Like
all
of this is nonsense.
Yeah, so what was your rock bottom? Where did you feel that your rock bottom was now that I hear that?
It would be when my dad passed.
Okay.
I think that's yeah, for sure when my dad passed.
Yeah.
That's
sorry
when
to hear that, man.
I was like, dang, because me and my dad have the craziest like relationship out of any other sibling.
Yeah.
More crazier than me and my mom's. Like my mom's and his, like me and my pops were like, man, I miss that guy now. You know what I mean? Like every time I think about it, I always get teary-eyed.
Miss his ass whoopings, huh?
Oh, bro, shit talking too. Like I can't believe I used to hate that, man. Like he's like, you ain't gonna fucking fight. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that, you know? And so I was like, I'm gonna fight, watch. And so, but I don't know, I just miss him. But when he passed, and yeah, that just killed me, bro. I couldn't. Even when I sleep, I was crying. Like,
yeah.
That would be my rock bottom. I would say, I thought maybe like me being in jail or always drinking and stuff and everything like that was. But it's honestly when my father passed, because I wanted him to see me like just grow. Yeah. You know? Damn.
And do now you good, Oos, and do things, I'm sure, man.
This guy.
No, you good, Oos. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, Oos. I didn't mean to head it that way, man. But
you good, bro.
It sounds like Pops was a great man. You know what I mean, and you learned a lot from him. And I'm sure you dedicate what you do to him now. You know what I mean, especially. So bring it to that. So let's switch gears a little bit. So when you're fighting, what do you do to prepare yourself for a fight?
Man, I say, so the whole week, like a lot of people don't know, like you got the whole week to prepare for the fight, like the fight week.
Yeah.
And so like from Monday to the day I fight, a lot of breathing, exercises and hanging out with the coaches, just trying to be mentally I wouldn't say present. I would say I'm not overthink. Stop overthinking.
Yeah.
Like what ifs.
Yeah.
Like try to get the what ifs out the way.
Yeah.
And so, but the day of the fight, what I do every fight is I pray. But now I pray with real meaning.
With intent.
With intent. Like when my dad passed, I had a fight like a week after.
Yeah.
Or maybe 2 weeks after. But that's still so early, so fresh. And so,
absolutely.
And so, and what really got me,
Did you win that fight?
bro, I won that fight, man, with a submission. I know I don't do
really?
ground stuff, bro.
That's Pops who she's
Yeah,
like, yeah, see, remember I used to have you in a headlock.
Remember this on the ball? That was me.
Yeah.
But this is the first time where I actually prayed, where I actually put some emotion and feelings into it and said like, hey, old man, I need you. Like right now, I don't even want to fight. Like my plan for that fight was just to go out there, lose, maybe get a lucky shot, but my mind wasn't there. Like it was just to get this over with, another day at the job site, you know. And so, but I prayed with my emotions, everything I got, and it was the weirdest feeling ever, bro. Like I prayed a lot, but this prayer was just like I felt something like. Yeah. My anxiety, like everything just disappeared. And I knew, I'm focused. Like, I'm ready. I'm ready to fight. Like, basically, I was just ready to fight. And so felt like he walked out with me. I did a freaking takedown. I don't do takedowns, bro.
Yeah.
I don't do no ground stuff. And I did that in that fight.
That's like, so dope, bro.
You know, and I had him in a position where I could have rained elbows.
Yeah.
Even the ref was like, I was waiting for you to drop those elbows. I was going to stop it. But I even looked at his head and I was like, nah, I'm just gonna do the less one or the one that doesn't do too much harm.
Less damage.
Yeah, so.
Man.
But that prayer, man, that was the most powerful prayer I've ever felt. And that was the one I was like, all right, I read you loud and clear. Like,
I love that, man. I love that, bro. I know your dad was with you, and I know, especially like that, man. And the reason why I ask about a higher power, because it's important for us to have a higher power. Higher power kept me through my life too. But so being that, you know, you believe in, how does that affect, like you said right now, does it affect your fighting? Does it affect how you feel about fighting?
No.
Okay.
No, I think I believe that people in my position of fighting, because violence is in the world 24/7.
Yeah.
But I think it just made my purpose in fighting stronger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're good, Us.
No, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. No. That makes total sense, man. Because like I said, with me, right? You know, I'm in the chef industry, and you know, I do it all day.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
you.
So sometimes the last thing I want to do is go home and cook. It's just like a fighter.
Yeah.
You got someone who fights for a living. Like when they come across it in the world, they're not just gonna want to fight.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
And dude, that's so fascinating, bro. How you say, you know, you had them in the lot, and you could have done hella damage on them.
Bro, I could have.
You could have done damage,
bam.
but you decided not to.
Yeah, I was just like, something's just like, hey, do the other thing. I was like, all right, cool, you know.
Yeah.
So I just went for a Kimura, and I was like, wow, it actually worked.
That's dope, bro.
Yeah,
that's
man.
Dope. So how many losses have you had?
So my record is 5-3.
What's your record?
5-3.
5-3.
Yeah, January 6-3.
Okay, so five wins, 3 losses.
Yeah.
So the difference between a win and a loss, how do you feel after a loss? Like, how do you deal with that?
Oh man, my there's 2 of my losses where I hate the most, and it's because of my conditioning. But how I deal with it is just continue on training, reminding myself that like nothing stops.
Yeah.
Like the feeling I have is gonna disappear, but it sucks though, bro. Like you put all your hard work into it, and then come off short, and so
let's hear about that loss. You were just about to go into talk about a loss. Like, how was it? What was the most significant loss?
The one I hate the most with the passion is against Chris Chisholm.
Okay.
And
is he local?
No, he's from somewhere from the East Coast.
Oh, okay.
Hey, big ups on him. He won the fight, but I lost because of my conditioning, and I hate that, bro.
Yeah.
Like
gassed out.
Dude, but I was beating him standing, and I just put too much gas on that ground and pound, gassed me out, and so
yeah. Yeah, man, I can only imagine because I've like I said, dude, I fought a lot, but like street fighting is totally different.
Yeah.
Street fighting is totally different. I could probably remember a few losses I had, but it was because I was getting jumped. You know what I mean? But I can only imagine feeling the loss of someone in the MMA, dude, and having to deal with that. You
and
can't.
Then everyone sees it, and then they post your loss.
Yeah, and they dissect it. So how does that affect you? Does that affect you? Do you read comments? Do you read people talking?
I still do it. Like I still read it, and they're like, it used to. I mean, it's hard to explain. I'm very picky with who I care about. Critiquing me.
Yeah.
So when it comes to random people, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the people I love and they're like critiquing the shit out of me,
yeah.
I'm like, fuck. You know what I mean?
Do you ever hear your dad's voice in your head?
Bro, I just hear
that's what you get.
Yeah, he's like, you should have been fucking running, dude.
Yeah.
You know, and so I really don't give a shit what anyone says.
I think I was looking at your content too. I don't think I have never watched you fight. So
Yeah.
I want to try.
Oh, you come in January, brother.
I want to come to that fight for sure. Yeah. So, like, I don't think I've ever seen you being KO'd though. You never been KO'd?
Nah,
yeah.
never, brother, never.
Yeah, never that. Come on. So who you fighting next?
A guy named Jeremy May.
Jeremy May.
Jeremy
Is
May.
he out of state too?
He's out of state. He's from Florida. He was on the Ultimate Fighter twice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but he used to fight. He's a badass.
Yeah.
He has a lot of fights. I think this will be a big notable win for me.
Okay.
This will put me on, this will be good for my record.
So you've been working on your conditioning?
Yeah, a lot.
What kind of conditioning do you do?
A lot of high intensity,
Burst movements?
Yep. Sprints.
Yep.
Stuff that gets the heart rate pumping hella high, and then teaching the body how to bring it back down.
Yep.
And because I'm so explosive naturally as a fighter, that's been my downfall. I would be too explosive for too long, and I'm not teaching my body how to bring my heart rate back down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So like you see street fights and why they go 30 seconds only.
Yeah.
It's because they're going nonstop.
Yeah.
And keeping that high
Yep.
pace up. And so I need to learn, pick my shots, pick the pace, and then come back down.
Regulate your breathing.
And Canton's really good at that.
Yeah.
Like Kent. And so I'm learning a lot from him too. It's just
Kent is another fighter, Kent Mafileo.
Yeah.
If you guys don't know about, he's another up and coming MMA fighter out of Salt Lake. He's a beast too. I ran into him in Costco.
That's my brother right there.
Yeah.
And,
Are you guys fighting for the same?
same promotion.
Oh, okay.
Same promotion. I think he's gonna get picked up. He just won his recent one, and so. But I've learned a lot from him, just watching him picking his shots. And since I'm so explosive, I have to pick my shots right.
Yeah.
And so I can't just be explosive the whole time.
Absolutely
you know?
not.
5 minutes. Oh,
Yeah.
That thing sucks.
And that's where it comes back to slowing down. You know what I mean? To slowing down. You know what I mean?
We just came back
real.
around.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
that's where it comes
shit.
back to slowing down.
Yup.
It's just like,
Yup.
bro, it's always better if you can be meticulous about. Like Tupac said, every move is a calculated step. It should always be like that. We shouldn't be, jumping out head first. You wanna slow down and watch it come and watch it play out. You know what I mean? So, dude, I can't wait to see you fight, man.
Yeah, bro.
I haven't been there. Where's it gonna be at?
At the Masonic Temple.
Yeah, dude,
downtown.
that venue looks dope.
It is dope, bro. It feels like everyone's about to see a sacrifice happen.
Yeah, who knows? Is it a Masonic temple?
Yeah, it's that one, bro. Bro, it's creepy as hell in there, dude, but it's dope.
Yeah,
It's dope.
So let's talk about your sponsors, man. So I noticed you picked up a few more sponsors.
Yeah.
Late in the game, but you've already had some sponsors already too.
Yeah.
So how does that work?
So what was it? So I have Water and Wellness. Water Wellness, they're like a water company.
Yeah.
They hooked me up with supplements, free water, the best water in the fucking. You should check them out, bro.
Okay.
Just let them know.
Yeah,
Zeke
for
sent
sure.
you. And I got Water and Wellness, and then Seth and his solar company.
Yeah.
He was sponsoring me, but he was my very first big sponsor.
Yeah.
Like he held me up. So
Seth is a good
when
guy,
he was my
man.
sponsor, bro, I could work maybe twice a week because that was enough for me to take care of my bills
Yeah.
and then just focus on training.
Yeah.
And so Seth was the biggest sponsor for me, Legacy, Notorious, and then I started picking up these other sponsors, and so
That's good, man. You're creating some headway for sure, man. Yeah. So I don't see why anybody else wouldn't jump on there, man. That's why I thought it was super important to get you out here, just kind of hear your story, man. Because I'm sure not too many people, you know, that when they think of you and they think of Zeke, they think of fighter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But from what I gathered from you, dog, you're very respectful. Like right there on your shirt, your loyalty, respect, trust, and love. Wow. You wear those things on your shirt, but man, you exude that energy for sure, Oos.
Thank you, brother.
You know what I mean? And I think that's what makes you a great fighter. You know what I mean? Because you know how to be respectful and you know how to love. And when you lead with love, and like you said, when I, you know, because you know, there's a lot of fighters that, you know, they always give thanks to God. They always give thanks to their higher power, man, which is super important. But when you have someone like us, bro, who have came from such a violent background, violent past, you don't expect that from that. You know what I mean? So to see someone, you know, of your stature, you know, from the life you came from to just be that way, man, it's kudos to you, bro.
Thanks,
you know what
brother.
I mean? I really love that. But I'm glad we were able to meet up, and I'm glad we were able to get you on the show, man. And is there anything, any parting words you want to give to the listeners? Oos? Let me ask you, what would you tell your younger self? Your younger self, if you saw your younger self.
Damn. My younger self, I would say be more patient.
Be more patient. We like patience. Patience is good.
Be more patient.
Yeah.
I think I was trying to rush everything. Yeah, man.
No, that's
crazy, and it relates to my fighting. I'm just always trying to get things done without trying to enjoy it. Enjoy the moment. And
Oos, immerse yourself. Immerse yourself in the fight, Oos. And I'm gonna be watching you, man. I'm gonna be watching.
Oh, you're gonna be there, bro.
Yeah, I'll pull up. I'm gonna watch and see if you rushing. You know what I mean?
Hey, you gotta be like, hey, tell it.
Yeah, slow down. Hey, Oos, but hey, man, I appreciate you coming through, brother. Man. Yes, getting us your story, man. Hey, I know you're gonna dominate in this fight. I can't wait to see you fight, and I can't wait till they yell your name.
You gotta get more polys up in fighting, bro.
Yeah,
we're meant for this shit.
Oh, I know.
We're meant for this
you know,
shit.
but they don't always take the route. You know what I mean?
They don't want to
work.
And
I know Mo. Is it Mo? What's his name?
Ben Moore.
Ben Moore.
Yeah.
Ben Moore. I know
That's
he's
the big bro right there.
He's been knocking them too, man. But you know, we need our people to get in any facet of any type of entertainment. You know what I mean? Which is super important. But being that you're a fighter, man, and you come from such a violent life, you know, who better than to show the young ones? You know what I mean? Do you do any teaching though, by the way?
I used to, not anymore. It's just because, man, I really want to one day. It's just to like teach, you know, less fortunate kids or the little gangbangers.
Yeah,
try to bring them out.
I would urge you to get into some mentorship. Mentor some young kids. It doesn't even got to be official. Mentor some,
I would love
young
that.
polys, man. Mentor some young polys. Appreciate you though, my Uso.
Yes,
I love that you came through, man. That's a wrap, man. Make sure y'all, Oos, give a shout out to your sponsors. Give a shout out to where they can follow you, Oos. We'll run that too.
Oh, damn, there's a lot. Babe, go to my Instagram.
Well, just shout out to all the Zeke sponsors, man. That's going down to this fight. You know, I'm sure he can't do what he does without you guys, and we love and support anybody who loves and supports us. And your Instagram, what's your IG?
My IG is Zeke_ the Tongan Kong.
Yeah, man, tap in. Make sure y'all follow him. I promise you, this man's gonna be representing the people.
Let's go
on the big screen, on the UFC stage.
Let's
run it up, y'all.
See, this about the life of a nigga that came from the mud, but he turned up and figured it out. Was just selling dope to them folks trying to keep me afloat. Had a room trying to get me out. This street shit got ugly. I ain't had no money, but I was determined to get the fuck out. I was laying down bags with the safe in the couch. We came up now. It's quarters, 3 1s, and out.